Hi everyone, welcome back to Savvy Self-Publishing, where your story matters. So today I wanted to take a few moments to talk about a topic that I have discussed previously, but today's take is slightly different. The topic today is 6 signs that you've encountered a scammer. Scammers are rampant across the internet and they do target self-published authors. So I thought it was important to put together a list to equip you to identify a scammer so that you don't fall for their tricks. I have. In 2 different instances, maybe 3. A couple of them were self-publishing related. But let's get right into it, okay? So the first sign that you have encountered a scammer is on their website or Facebook author page, there is little contact information. That's not to say that all companies or all places that have little contact information are scammers, but a good sign that it is a scammer is if there's little contact information. In my experience, the 2 times I was scammed, there were, on the website of both of these places, there were forms that you could fill in where you could include your name, your contact information, and your concern. But it wasn't clear otherwise how to contact these people. And so the second point is that whatever they're offering you is too good to be true. This happened to me when I ordered a pair of sneakers a couple years ago. The price was amazing, actually more than a couple years ago, but anyway, that's besides the point. They were an amazing price, and that should have tipped me off. My spidey senses should have kicked in right then, but they didn't. I went ahead, I placed the order, and there the order sat processing for who knows how long. And then I went searching for contact information and realized, hey, there's no email address on this website. There's just that contact form. And then I sent a request in, and I never heard back. So I contacted my credit card company, and I did get a refund, so that's the good news about that. But, you know, learn from my mistakes. Don't repeat them. So the third sign is that if you lodge a complaint like I did, and you actually do get a response, you know what? You're going to get every excuse on the book as to why what you were promised didn't materialize. The other scam I fell for was a publishing scam. It was a poetry challenge where the end result was that I would get a poetry book with my 21 poems in it. And they had a contract, very clear when I could expect to receive the book, and etc., the royalties, whatever. It was all there. But they did not hold their end of they did not hold to their end of the bargain. And so when I confronted them, there was just excuses. Oh, they're having technical difficulties, etc. And actually, I can link an article that I wrote about this experience in the comments, so you're aware of it. Don't fall for it if you happen to see it on Facebook or anywhere else on the internet. But yeah, they will make excuses when confronted. And as I already hinted at, there are going to be delays. You won't get what you promised when they promise to give it to you. Delays, yes. Number 4. Number 5, hinted at already, but you will not get what you paid for. Even if you do eventually get it, it's not going to be exactly what you paid for. Like with this publishing challenge that I entered, I did eventually get an ebook, but that was after I sent them my canceled contract because they didn't hold their end of the bargain. So I'm like, well, the contract is null and void, so I'll just send them my canceled contract and say this is the end. And then I guess that scared them, and then they put the ebook up. It's down. Like that whole thing got sorted out, but it was a big headache, and it took months to find a resolution to it. But thank goodness for PayPal who helped me in that case get my money back in that case too. But I know not every instances of scamming has such a happy ending. But anyway, so I'm getting off a little bit off track there. But basically, the 6th and final point is flattery. They will flatter you. If you're an author and you have a Facebook page, I'm sure you've had this experience where a digital marketer will contact you and talk about, oh, hello, illustrious, glorious writer. I'm so in admiration of you. Blah, 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 blah. That's a good sign they're a scammer. When I get those types of messages on my Facebook author account now, I just block and delete. I don't even bother to respond because it's, anyway. So that is a very good big tip that it is a scammer. It's Flattery. And I had this again just yesterday. A place called Reader's Magnet called me, and they been calling me every 6 months ever since their related website, Author's Lounge, interviewed me in written form. I had to leave my phone number when I filled in that written interview, which should have been a tip right there. No, go, don't do it. But anyway, I did, and ever since they've been calling me every, few months to get me to try to sign up for a book fair in the U.S. Well, I'm in Canada. That's not going to happen. And when they called yesterday, the guy was very flattering about the book that I was interviewed for, but I told him right away, I want to get off their call list, and somehow, even though I was, direct that way, that conversation ended up being 13 minutes long. I don't know. I don't know how that happened, but anyway, I was trying to be professional too, right? Because you always want to be professional, but basically, I feel like it's a scam. Don't know for sure, but it wasn't very pleasant regardless. But now apparently I'm off their call list thanks to my husband who called them and put his foot down with this whole thing, because anyway, he wasn't very happy with it either. So anyway, all this to say, just be very careful about scams out there. Another type of scam, I don't know if they're always scams, but vanity publishing, be very careful about vanity publishing. They will charge you quite a lot of money to publish your book, and they don't always do a good job, or there's delays, etc., etc. A lot of people have not good things to say about vanity publishers, so be very careful about that kind of situation. But just to recap, the tips are little to no contact information on their website. The offer is too good to be true, or another one is it costs a lot of money. When you confront them, there are excuses, every excuse in the book. There are delays getting what you paid for, and were promised, or even worse, you won't get what you paid for and were promised. And also the ever wonderful flattery. So I hope these tips have been helpful and that you feel armed against these nasty scammers. We all want to do whatever we can to avoid them. I hope by sharing my experiences that I will save you from having any yourself. So that is all for now. Thank you so much for watching, and if you like this video, be sure to like it and subscribe so you won't miss any future tips and tricks for self-publishing. Bye for now. Don't forget, your story matters.